Last day of the month, innit? If something sounds weird with the video today, just know that whatever Microsoft did last update messed with my sound settings. I'm hoping it's normal now, but just as a heads up. So April, what has Meow been up to? Well, not a huge ton. Yeah, but also a lot at the same time. Done a lot of rando prep because this month was the start of a new async. It's also the end of an async. We'll get to that later. But I did a lot of randos in preparation for it. I also played through Bloodstained on hard mode on New Game Plus, so naturally my level 99 character just steamrolled everything. And Bloodstained, the new one is coming out this year, still hasn't got an announcement date, sadly. I'm looking forward to it, but not as eagerly as I was for the first, I guess you could say. Not because I think that the new one will be bad, but because the new one looks to be more inspired by a Portrait of Ruin, where you know, like Jonathan and Charlotte, except they got whoever the new goobers are. And I like Portrait of Ruin. Wasn't my most favorite, but it's alright. I'm more fond of, like, Aria of Sorrow, but I can understand them wanting to change things up. And taking another crack at Portrait's double team sort of gameplay. Path of Exile 2. They've delayed the update for that game. We were supposed to get to play the new stuff early May, but now early May is when the new stuff is being announced, and at the end of May is when they are releasing the new update. It looks like the next class being added might be the Duelist, because it looked like it was a guy using magic, but he had a sword. And I believe that's who they said they'd be adding swords with. This isn't a guarantee, of course. We won't know until May 7th. Boy, there is a lot of yeah, here's a game, more on that next month sort of thing going on. But yeah, that's how it is. I made a new shapeshifter druid and played a bit of that. The werewolf. Since on my first character I more used bear and a wyvern mostly, almost exclusively wyvern. But not really jiving with the furry. I don't know, I don't really jive with it, is all I'm saying. Like, it's not bad, but it doesn't scratch that itch for me like the wyvern does. And of course, it's made more for speed, whereas, like, bear is power and wyvern is, like, special stuff. Where you want to be, like, continuously feeding yourself power charges and enhancing your attacks. Anyway, I also played Warframe, getting caught up with stuff. I got all the new primes. I farmed up all the new frames. caught up on that pretty dang quick, didn't I? The anniversary event's going on right now, where they do weekly uh, Lotus alerts. So I've been having those prizes, but nothing much to say. The new story stuff with the... I don't remember what it's called. Dark Refractory, I think. It's kind of silly. Oh, you know what? I know that's not good speech habits, but I am kind of just dragging thoughts, dredging through the depths of my sticky brain. But there really isn't much to say. We can kind of play in Tau now that they've kind of been teasing for a while. Even though it's like a story-wise, do you remember? Sort of deal. So you're not actually going to Tau. But it's teasing more stories to come. I guess they haven't updated any of the story for 99. They did add a random cathedral, though. And an Oregon guy who's like, oh, I'm Oregon, and I'm a devil man. Ooh, spooky. Buy our skins. And I don't really get the purpose of it. Why is there a random cathedral? But... oh boy, you can do it. And that's how you get the new Devilman frame. It seems okay. Not anything I really care about, though. But granted, it's going to be nigh impossible for them to beat Grendel for me. Because Grendel plays exactly how I love to play. He is ideal for me. I didn't scratch it down, but I got into Soulframe. I got early access to it. Private beta thing. Playing it so far, it does seem like they're trying to do a Souls-light sort of deal. Where it's kind of Souls-ish, but not too difficult. They made magic a weapon type rather than like a separate system. And it's been okay so far. Not going to give it glowing praise, but it's not too bad either. They have an emote where you can play an ocarina. And even though you can kind of freeform it, the game also like demanding you play a specific melody on it, which is kind of annoying. I'd rather them just let you play freeform. Moving on. Metroid Planets. I played through that some more. I unlocked the Randomizer Plus mode, which is not just a randomizer, but a randomizer with new items. They put in like random core things that sort of act like abilities from other games. Like, there's a Phazon core that makes it to where you have double damage while you use it, but you're constantly losing HP until you get to, like, critical. There's also, like, a Zawarudo, where you slow anything near you. Not anything, like, exciting on that front. They also have a few legacy items, like I believe they added Spring Ball. They also added Spazer Beam. Unfortunately, the beams don't stack in that mode. It would be cool if they did, but yeah, it just shoots out 3 pellets. So, but because it's Metroid 1, you have to have Ice Beam to beat the game, so whatever. But there is one thing that they do add to it that's kind of nice, where you can swap between the beams you have collected, but of course you can only have one beam. In addition to a long beam, that is. No, that's one thing they could have done. Make it to where instead of it just being long beam plus one other, they could just make it to where you can do 2, like mix and match any 2. So you could do Wave and Spazer to do short bursts in front of you that are like a big fat burst going. Wow. That'd be pretty cool, but they didn't. So whatever. The game's made in Game Maker. I know that. Not really much relevant to what I'm saying, but it's a thought. And the big thing of the month, the async. I played 25 games for the async, I want to say. Let me boot up my list and I'll tell you just how many. Okay, I played A Link to the Past, Banjo-Tooie. Scroll down. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. Castlevania Harmony of Dissonance. Donkey Kong 64. Donkey Kong Country 3. Earthbound. Scrolling. Kirby 64, The Crystal Shards. Kirby Superstar. Kirby's Dream Land 3. Link's Awakening Deluxe. Luigi's Mansion. Metroid Fusion. Metroid Prime. Metroid Zero Mission. Ocarina of Time. Super Mario 64. Woohoo! Super Mario Land 2. Super Mario World. Super Metroid. The Legend of Zelda. The Minish Cap. The Wind Waker. Yoshi's Island. And Wario Land 4. Those are all the games I played. And even though I did as much testing as I did, some of these do need some adjustments for next time, I feel. Let's go through them in order. A Link to the Past. I got a lot of stuff right away, but I didn't get all of my big keys until like the end of the game, so I could only go so far. Basically did everything in the overworld and then had to wait for everything to do, everything in the dungeons. Which happened like at the end of the seed. Banjo-Tooie, barely got to play it. And I got like all of my goal items like day 2, if I remember right. Circle of the Moon. Not really anything special that I can remember. It was just an average playthrough, which typically means I go through, I do most of everything until I get to the point where I need like a couple of items that the seeds never seem to give me. But I got 'em, oh boy. Uh, Harmony of Dissonance. I did some things at the start, then I did everything else at the end. And was basically just stuck waiting for... Come on, I'm trying to remember. Stuck waiting on my parts of Dracula to beat the game. So, I don't know, I kind of feel like I need to adjust some things with games like that, because some of these games I like get to do everything, but then arbitrarily, even though I've gotten all the checks, I've still not done until I'm waiting on everyone else to complete theirs so I can get my items. Donkey Kong 64. Most balanced game of them all. I was playing this one off and on throughout the whole thing. Scrolling down. Donkey Kong Country 3, average playthrough. I play game, wait for boat upgrade, get to play more game, wait a lot longer for all my other things, finish it. Earthbound. I guess it's another balanced one. I got to play it off and on. Sorry, I was just reading one of the things because misread it. Kirby 64. Decent game. It's still in the works, as it were. This isn't on live Archipelago's release. It's in beta, a beta world. But it works well. Hang on, brain work. I think I've gotten it pretty well set up. I might tick down the food as checks in it, but it seems fine. Nah, food's good. I should probably eat some today. Kirby Superstar! Another good one. My required things are 5 subgame completions plus Milky Way wishes, and again, that was well balanced over time. Kirby's Dream Land 3. I got all of my heart shards pretty quickly, so basically I beat the game in a single session, which I'm okay with. I kind of just included it just for the sake of including it. I don't really like Kirby's Dream Land 3. It's probably my least favorite Kirby game because the game, it's pretty. It has a good soundtrack, but the level design is frustrating or mundane. And it's just an overall boring game. Plus the mini games that you have to play to get all the heart stars in the vanilla game is one of the reasons why I detest the game so much. Because if you have like any sort of disability at all, you are not going to be able to beat the game very easily at all. Which is why I have their locations as excludes. So the only ones that I have as available are the only ones that aren't complete bullshit. Link's Awakening Deluxe. A pretty average run of that. I get my stuff over periods of time. I do some stuff. Yada and yada. I had my instruments set to 6 out of 8. So that my logic for doing that, because I do that also with Link to the Past, where crystals needed for Ganon's Tower is 5. I make it to where I'm guaranteed not going to have to run through every dungeon, because I kind of find that if you check out a game, as in you collected all the checks in a game, then it doesn't really serve as much of a point for randomizers, because then you're just beating the game just in a slightly different order from vanilla. That's one of the reasons why I find issue with checking out games, and why I'm trying to figure a way to balance my randomizers with that, so that I don't have to check out games so consistently. Moving on, Luigi's Mansion. Only had to play like a third of it, which, you know, it's kind of sad, but also not really. It wasn't as short as Banjo-Tooie, but I kind of wished it lasted a little bit longer for me. But I got lucky, in quotation marks there. I did pretty well against King Boo. I did him first try. Unlike the previous time when I really played the game, where I suffered a lot. Though it was a close one. I think I had 15 HP left. Or 5 HP left when I beat him. But it was a close one. But I was happy to get that done. I love Luigi's Mansion, man. It is a peak game. Metroid Fusion. I'm gonna have to try to get this to work, because this is one of the ones that's in not live Archipelago yet, and it's kind of finicky. So I had to put it in with my put it in my YAML the way I had it tested successfully. I need to see if there's a way to... I'm not seeing an option to just not have missile data. Because one of the things that frustrates me with this is that you have to get the missile data, you also have to get power bomb data in order to use your missiles at all, which means until that point, you are basically locked out of fighting any bosses at all. And I find that to be annoying, honestly, and would rather have it be like the other Metroid games where you collect a missile pack, you can use missiles. Maybe that's something they'll add for a future update. I'm hoping. But as it is, it doesn't seem like it. I'll take it again during the future, I suppose. Metroid Prime. Funny enough, the guy that's doing Metroid Prime for Archipelago is the same guy that did Metroid Prime for Randovania. So he's been porting over the features, it looks like. It's working out pretty well. Played a good bit of Metroid Prime. Didn't check it out, so it's thumbs up. Real good. Zero Mission. Now, this is something... Oh, I see what I did wrong with my ammo. I got these settings backwards. Because I was trying to make it to where it's supposed to have 25 Metroid DNAs and require only 20. But it had it to where I needed 25. And the reason why I see here in my settings is because I put DNA available 20 and DNA required 25, so it automatically bumped up of available to 25 and said you gotta collect them all. Okay, I see where I went wrong there. Main good game. Love Zero Mission. Was a bit confusing why that happened to me, but now we know. Zero Mission is, with Archipelago, pretty open. You mean original OG, it's already fairly open if you know what you're doing. Though you can't really get to Trezodia because like all the doors are blocked by powerbomb doors. But you know, in Archipelago, when you can use power bombs anytime you get power bombs, that's not so much of an issue now, is it? Though getting into Trezodia does hoit, because everything there does ludicrous levels of damage since it's endgame. Ocarina of Time! Not much to say. An average playthrough. Almost all of my dungeons were Master Quest. The only one that wasn't was Forest Temple. It's really weird. But yeah, just it's in my average playthrough. Unfortunately, my save vanished, which is something that happens with Ocarina of Time. I don't know why. It's specifically Ocarina of Time that for some reason my game can just lose its save data. The most consistent time I see that happen is when Bizhawk crashes. I don't recall it crashing while playing Ocarina of Time in this time. It crashed while playing Banjo-Tooie, but I don't ever lose my Banjo-Tooie saves. So I don't know what it is about Ocarina of Time that does that. But on the plus side, my seed, since it's, you know, beat Ganon, people sent me all of my stuff, and I was already ready to beat Ganon when I had to start a new file. And that was that. Mario 64, another average playthrough. Pretty fun, pretty good. MIPS cost 1 and 2. Now, I don't really get this. It's kind of feel like MIPS kind of shows up whenever. I don't know, maybe it's something I need to test. It's not a big deal or anything, because MIPS is just a singular check each time. But it's weird. Mario Land 2. I forgot to turn off Pipe Traversal Shuffle. And it rolled the 1 point of splitting them all up. I meant to have this off for rando though, but I forgot to adjust it. C'est la vie. But it was pretty fun running through the game with all the bits. I didn't get to play Space Zone though, because by the time I got all my golden coins, I only just got the Hippo Bubble. So, sad times on that end, but I got to play most of the other levels. Super Mario World. I should change this up. This is one of the things that, like, this game is usually one of the games I check out. But I'm kind of... Well, no, man. I'm thinking of switching it up and trying to do beat Bowser as my goal for a while. See how I feel about that. Because being unable to... Come on, brain work. Being unable to win the game just arbitrarily because, oh, I need to have so many Yoshi eggs, it's a bit tiring. You know what I mean? Because then I've basically already won if I've collected everything. So I'm thinking of switching it to Kill Bowser. So I won't have to collect everything. If I don't want to, at least. Super Metroid. Strangest start. Because I had Morph Ball pretty early, plus Screw Attack. But I was BK'd by not having missiles. Which is a very unusual start for me, because usually I'm BK'd by not having my Morph Ball. So, that was weird. And once I got going, I got to do a lot of the game, but then I got BK'd by needing Wave Beam and Gravity Suit. And was basically waiting on that till the end of the seed. The Legend of Zelda. When I booted it up, I already had like a lot of stuff, and almost could beat the game right out the gate. All I was missing was my meat, and it didn't take me long to wait for that in order to get it. And then I beat the game not too shortly after, so basically 2 sessions and I was done. Minish Cap. I need to do some big adjusting for this one. I don't know how to put it. Tedious, probably? I need to adjust it, is the problem. Didn't have the greatest time with Minish Cap. I need to make some adjustments, and then I'd be golden. Wind Waker. I mostly need to play this game more. Just traveling across the vast empty ocean kind of puts me off of the game. I don't like Zelda's trend towards bigger, emptier overworlds like they've been doing for a while, looking at you, Breath of the Wild. But yeah, it is what it is. But when you get to play the game, it's good. That's my average view on Wind Waker. Yoshi's Island. It was an average setup. Got to play the game from start to finish in little bursts. Wario Land 4. Pretty smooth playthrough. I got my powers at a fairly steady pace. Luckily got both of my throw items at like the same time from the same game. So I was able to make some good progress. Oh, it's pretty good. They've made some improvements to it since I last played the thing. It's not in live yet, but I played in previous versions of the Archipelago world. They have a few new things added to it. That's pretty nice, pretty nice. Thumbs up. And that was the async. Because that async lasted like a week. Let's see. Yeah, I think it lasted exactly a week. Right? Roughly, I think 20 to 27. Let me random 27th. Yeah, it lasted from the 20th to the 27th. A little over a week if we're adding in hours. A week and 9 hours, roughly, basically. Yeah, short async. Granted, there's only me, Rosuri, and one other person. And I'm trying to drum up more interest in people joining for asyncs. But I'm not having any luck, and it's kind of bumming me out, man. And it's not like I hate playing with Rosuri or anything. I love playing with them. But randomizers are a lot more fun when you have more people engaged. As the saying goes, the more the merrier, and it's especially so for asyncs. You get more players, more games, there's more things going around, there's more life, it's more fun. But unfortunately, I'm just not getting people in, and it's kind of bumming me out, man. Not gonna lie. Last thing I guess I could say for the month of April, type this in Pal World, because I haven't written that, because that's what I've been doing after the async, is just playing some Pal World for the past few days. Pal World's been fun. I'm just doing some random collection of things. I'm trying to spiff out my super duper fast pony before the 1.0 update, because when 1.0 comes out, the server's getting wiped, so pals that people want to keep should be archived in the DNA sequencer thing that they put in the game, so you can transfer pals between servers. But yeah, the server will be wiped, everything will be starting fresh, and we will be playing the game as the devs mean it to be played, in fancy wording as we can. They say that 1.0 is supposed to be coming out later this year. You'll see. I'm looking forward to it. The stuff they've shown off looks pretty dang cool. I still need to get good raid teams together, because Xenoloord kicked my keister. I haven't tried Heart Talus yet. I've beaten all the other guys though, on only the normal forms, not Ultra. I feel like I'm going to need to really kit myself out to the teeth. And yeah, it's a pretty big game. Pal World, it's great. Go play it. Tell Nintendo to kiss your ass because they think they own the concepts of everything creature collection wise. Next month, things I might be playing. GOG is offering like a bunch of good classic Star Wars games I've heard good things about but never played for dirt cheap. And I'm also thinking of getting Dino Crisis, the two games, because those are games that I missed out on, and I really want to play them. But other than that, thanks for listening. See you in May, where hopefully my garden's blossoming and I played some good old games. See you next time. Not sponsored.